Hi guys, welcome to a new video about English grammar. This is the Aleaparamente YouTube channel. So this is a personal project that I would like to cover different topics about English learners, more specifically the grammar. So I like to remind you what is the book that we are checking. Basically, it's the English grammar in use by the author Raymond. It's a fifth edition, and it's a book focused on intermediate English learner. So let's start it. So what is the unit that we're going to cover today? So the unit is reflexive pronouns like myself, yourselves, themselves, another kind of selves. Anyway, so I like to remind you what is the dynamic of the videos. Basically, is uh, grammar. The first part is grammar, and the second part is an exercise. So, but I would like to clarify that I'm going to add a new dynamic. The new dynamic is try to complement that material with another kind of material like uh, Oxford Dictionary, the Cambridge Dictionary, that I think is a good source of information to complement that unit. Uh, so let's start it. Uh, yeah, this is the document. Uh, reflexive pronouns. I'm going to attach on the comments the link in order you can download. Okay, so let's start. Uh, so what is the concept to the reflexive pronouns? Reflexive pronoun basically uh, is like his name, a pronoun, but it ends in self or selves. Basically, they refer back to the subject form of the personal pronoun. For example, we didn't decorate it ourselves, someone else did for us, right? This part is the reflexive pronouns. Basically, the reflexive pronouns make reference to the subject, right? Uh, uh, for example, we have different kind of the reflexive pronoun. Basically, we have one of them by a subject pronoun for each subject pronoun. For example, the subject pronoun is the reflexive pronoun for the subject pronoun I is myself, yourself for you in singular, he himself, she herself, it itself, oneself, we ourself, and you yourself in plural. Okay, and then the self. Okay, I'd like to clarify something very important that basically the reflexive pronouns has a lot of meanings. Okay, it could be used in different contexts and different sentence, many things. So in this video, we're only make a focus on specific things. Uh, in another videos, probably we wanted to cover another topics, but maybe regarding with the reflexive pronouns. But in this case, we are going to make focus in specific things. Okay, for example, reflexive pronouns for a same subject and object. Okay, so let's start with this part. We often use reflexive pronoun when the subject and the object of the verbs refer to the same person or thing. For example, he cut himself on the broken glass. Check it out. The subject and the object are the same person. In this case, the subject is who do the action to the object. Yes, in this case, he cut himself on the broken glass. Another example, she made herself a cup of tea and sat down in front of the television. Check it out. The subject and the object are the same person. Parents often blame themselves for the way children behave, right? So in this case, parents is a subject and themselves is the object, right? So we use a reflexive pronouns to make it clear who or what is being referred to. For example, Agnes looked at herself in the mirror. The subject and the object are the same person. In this case, Agnes. Agnes looked at herself uh, in the mirror. Agnes looked at her in the mirror. Check it out, that's totally different. The subject and the object are different. Agnes is looking at someone else in the mirror. No? In the reflexive pronoun, basically the subject and the object are the same person. But when we're talking about today, just uh, pronoun, subject pronoun, and object pronoun is totally different, right? In this example, the subject and the object are different person and different people. Sorry. Now, so let's move on to the book. So let's go into let's let's see some different examples. For example, Steve introduced himself to the other guests. Steve introduced himself to the other guests. So check it out. Steve introduced himself to the other guests. In that sentence, the subject and the object are the same person. We use myself, yourself, or himself, etc. on reflexive pronoun when the subject or the object are the same, right? That's exactly what I say, right? The reflexive pronoun are for singular self, like myself, yourself. Check it out, it's one person. Himself, herself, or itself. For plural, ends in self. Ourself, yourself, and then self. Okay. Examples. I don't want you pay for me. I'll pay for myself. No, no, I'll pay for me. I'll pay for myself. In that sentence, the subject and the object are the same person, right? Amy had a great holiday. She really enjoyed herself, right? The same. Do you talk to yourself sometimes? Do you talk to yourself sometimes? Basically, say to one person, right? If you want more to eat, help yourself. If you want more to eat, help yourself. In this case, say to more than one person. We're talking about in plural, right? So let's compare another one. Lisa introduced me to the other guests. It's different to say I introduce myself to other guests. I introduce myself to other guests. We're talking about to the subject and the object are the same person. But when you say Lisa introduced me to other guests, we're talking about to the Lisa, someone else introduced me to the other guests. In this case, the subject and the object are different person. Okay, let's move on to the section B. We do not use myself, etc. after feel, relax, concentrate, and meet. Okay, for example, I feel nervous. I can relax. I feel nervous. I can relax. So after to these words, after to this verb, sorry, feel, relax, concentrate, and meet, we can use myself or we can use any uh, reflexive pronouns. Another example, you need to concentrate. You need to concentrate. Not concentrate yourself. Doesn't exist, right? Doesn't exist. So, what time shall we meet tomorrow? What time shall we meet tomorrow? Same example, right? Normally, we do not use myself, etc. after wash, shave, or dress. For example, we got up, washed, shape, and dress. No wash my, no wash himself or wash myself or something like that, right? Uh, you can also say get dress or he got dress, but it's more complementary to the verb dress, right? So in that case, check it out. After, feel, relax, concentrate, admit, we can use a reflexive pronoun. Okay. Next, okay, compare self and each other. That's interesting. For example, check out the image, check out the picture themselves, check out those pictures. Uh, Kate and Joe stood in front of the mirror and look at themselves, right? This is that sentence. Check it out. Kate and Joe stood in front of the mirror and look at themselves. Look at themselves. No, Kate and Joe together. Look at Kate and Joe, right? The other example is totally different. Check it out. Kate look at Joe and Joe look at Kate. They look at each other. They look at each other. That's different. That's totally different. Check it out. That's a different themselves to each other, right? Uh, you can use one another instead of each other. For example, how long have you and Ben know each other? Or how long have you and Ben know one another? It's exactly the same meaning. It's exactly the same meaning. Another example, Sue and Alice don't like each other. Or Sue and Alice don't like one another. Another example, do they live near each other? Or do they live near one another? Okay. Okay, let's move on to the next, to the last part. So let's move on to the complementary material from Google Doc. Now, reflexive pronoun for emphasize. Reflexive pronoun for emphasize. We can use reflexive pronoun for emphasize. For example, the director of the company wrote to ask himself to apologize for the dreadful service, or could be as well, the director of the company himself wrote to us to apologize for the dreadful service. Basically, both are the same meaning. Okay, so what's mean? We can put the reflexive pronouns. Maybe it could be by the end of at the end of the object, or at the end of the subject. Basically, the meaning is the same. Uh, we don't use reflexive pronouns on their own as the subject of a clause, but we can use them with a noun or pronoun to emphasize the subject. That's interesting. Check it out. Parents and teachers always pass on to children what they themselves have been told, and this has been going on for hundreds or even thousands of years. Check it out. So what does it mean? Basically, we can use a reflexive pronouns as a subject, but we can use it in order to in order to uh, in order to use with a noun or pronoun. In that case, check it out. In that case, Peter and teacher is the subject, right? But in this case, always pass on the children what they, when in this case this is the sentence, so this is the sentence, sorry. In this case, uh, they themselves had been told, and this has been going for 100 or even thousands of years. In that case, check it out. What they themselves basically is the subject, right? But we don't use directly the reflexive pronouns in this sentence. It's not like this, what themselves. No, doesn't exist that. We can complementary with the subject, like what they themselves have been told, right? So keep in mind this. That's so important. Uh, I think that's very important because in my in my language, so we use a lot this expression, right? But I was looking for how can I use it in English. So that's a good example. Okay. So let's return to the book. Exercise section. So let's continue. I'm gonna read the sentence. Complete the sentences using myself, yourself. Plus this verb in the correct form. The verb that we have is play, bored, enjoy, express, heart, introduce, and put. So let's move the second one. Ben fell down on a step, but fortunately he didn't hurt himself. The next one, it isn't Sue's fault. She really shouldn't blame herself, right? So let's try to analyze the second and the third one. So we put himself and herself because we're talking about the same person. In the sentence, we're talking about the same person. Uh, Subject and the object as well. Now, the next one, try and understand how I feel. You have to put yourself in my position, right? The next one, the children had a great time at the beach. They really enjoyed themselves, right? So another part you have to analyze what person we're talking about. For example, the second one, Ben, Ben, Ben. We're talking about the third person, so he's male. So in that case, it's himself. Or the next one, right? It isn't Sue's fault. It isn't Sue's fault. So Sue's is a female. So we're talking about the third person. So it's herself. On the fourth one, please try to understand how I feel. You have to put yourself. Have to put yourself, right? You and yourself, right? The children as well. The children had a great time at the beach. They really enjoyed themselves. They they really enjoyed themselves, right? The next one. Be careful. That pan is hot. Don't burn yourself. Don't bore yourself. If I remember, this is imperative. Yeah, I think it's imperative. Remember, imperative form. That's don't do it, right? But when you say don't, we're talking about the second person, right? We're talking about the you. I'm talking about directly to that person, right? Don't bore yourself. That's why it's yourself. Maybe it's implicit because in the sentence it's not present you, the pronoun you, right? But it's implicit. The next one, sometimes I can't say exactly what I mean. I wish I could express myself better, right? So in that sense it is clear. I wish I could express myself, right? Okay, next one. A 82.2, 82.2. So put in myself, yourself, ourself, etc. Or me, you, us, right? So that's it. Amy had a great holiday. She enjoyed herself. He enjoyed herself. So he had a good time by herself, basically. No, it's not my fault. I can't blame me. Sorry, it's not my fault. You can't blame me. You can't blame me, right? In this example, in these sentences, uh, the subject and the object are the different persons, right? So that's why you can't blame me. The next one, what I did was really bad. I'm ashamed of myself. I'm ashamed of myself. right? So it is a reflexive person because we're talking about the same person as a subject and as a object. We have a problem. I hope you can help us. I hope you can help us, right? Okay, in this part we have to analyze, right? We have a problem. We have a problem. So we're talking about to the group person. I hope you can help us. I hope you can help us. It's impossible that you can say, I hope you can help myself. So doesn't make sense, right? We have to try to find a sense in the sentence. Can I take another biscuit? Of course. Help yourself. Help yourself. It's the same. It's the same for that. Don't bond yourself. It's implicit, right? Help yourself. Help yourself. Basically, you are you are talking with someone directly. You are giving an instruction to someone, right? Directly. Help yourself. I want to meet Sarah. I'll introduce you to her. I want to meet Sarah. I'll introduce to her. Right. It is the same, right? I want to meet Sarah. That's clear that someone has really intention to meet someone. I'll introduce you. I'll introduce you. Right. Doesn't make sense. I'll introduce myself to her. Right. Okay. Next one. Don't worry about us. We can take care of ourselves. Don't worry about that. We can take care of ourselves. Right. Next one. Don't worry about the children. I'll take care of them. Sorry. Don't worry about the children. I'll take care of them. I'll take care of them. Right. Next one. I gave them a keys to our house so that they could let themselves in. I gave them a key to our house so that they could let themselves in. Right? Okay, the next part, 82.3. Complete the sentences. Use myself, yourself, where necessary. Choose from this list of verbs. Concentrate, defend, try, enjoy, feel, meet, relax, and shape. Okay, let's read the first and the second one. And Neil grew a beard because he was fed up with shaving. Neil grew a beard because he was fed up. He was fed up with shaving. Blah blah blah. Sorry, my pronunciation. Neil grew a beard because he was fed up with shaving. Amy had a great holiday. She enjoyed herself. She enjoyed herself, right? That's one. It wasn't very well yesterday, but I feel much better today. Okay, let's remember. I wasn't very well yesterday, but I feel much better yesterday today. So in this sentence, remember, feel is one of the verbs that we cannot use uh, uh, sorry for number. I cannot use looks reflexive pronouns. Okay, so uh, another one. I climb out of the swimming pool and I dry myself with a towel. I clean off. I cleaned up. I cleaned out of the swimming pool and dried myself with a towel. Right. In that case, dry. It's a verb that we can use with a reflexive pronoun. The next one. I tried to study, but I couldn't concentrate. I tried to study, but I couldn't concentrate. Concentrate as is another verb that we cannot use with a reflexive pronoun. If somebody attacks you, you have the right to defend yourself. If somebody attacks you, you have the right to defend yourself. to defend yourself. Well, uh, I'm going out with Chris this evening. We're meeting at 7:30. Meeting, another verb, right? Meeting. You're always you are always rushing. Why don't you sit down and relax? You are always rushing. Why don't you sit down and relax? Right? So here remember, relax, meeting, concentrate, and feel is one of these verbs that we cannot use with reflexive pronoun. Next one. Uh, Complete a sentence with ourselves, themselves, or each other. The first one. How long have you and Ben know each other? Right? That's exactly the same example from the grammar section. If people work too hard, they can make themselves ill. If people work too hard, they can make themselves ill. Right? The next one, I need you and you need me. We need each other. Yeah, we need each other, right? Because it's clear it says I need you and you need me. So basically, it's a dependency. Like we need each other. Doesn't make sense to put we need themselves. We need themselves, right? Next, in Britain, friend, in Britain, friend often give each other present at Christmas. In Britain, friend often give each other present at Christmas, right? The next one, some people are selfish. They only think of themselves. Some people are selfish. They only think of themselves, right? Okay. One tip for this kind of the exercise. You have to try to analyze all the sentence. Oh, you have to analyze everything, even the little details in the sentence. For example, check out this sentence. Some people are selfish. Some people are selfish. No, they only think of themselves. Why is themselves? Because check it out in the sentence. Mm, in the sentence there is only one subject. There is only one actor. Only one protagonist. There is no more. Check it out. Some people. Some people. They're talking about plural. Some people. No, then in the sentence there is not like some people and someone. No, just one. Some people are selfish. They only think of themselves, right? And the next one, Tracy and I. Check it out. Tracy and I. Tracy and I don't see each other very often these days. Tracy and I don't see each other very often these days. Huh? Each other. The next one. We couldn't get back into the house. We couldn't get back into the house. We had locked ourselves out. We have locked ourselves out, right? The same ourselves because we're talking about to the group, right? They had an argument. Now they're not speaking to each other. They had an argument. Now they're not speaking to each other, right? We'd never met before, so we introduce ourselves to each other. We never met before, so we introduce ourselves to each other. Next section. 82.5. Complete the sentences using myself, yourself, and etc. Use the verb in brackets. For example, the first one is repair. Who repaired the bike for you? Nobody. I repaired it myself. Right? Next one. Make. I didn't buy this cake from a shop. I made it myself. I made it myself. Right? I made it myself. The next one. Who told you Laura was going away? Laura told me. Laura told me herself, or maybe it could be Laura herself told me. Remember, if you put herself by the end, at the end of the object, is the same meaning that you put the oh damn, if you put the reflexive pronoun after to the subject, right? Sorry, it's my bad, it's my fault. Oh, anyway. Oh, anyway, I'll fix it. Okay. The next one. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't think they know themselves. I don't know what they are going to do. I don't think they know themselves. Right? The next one. Who cuts Paul's hairs for him? Nobody. He cut himself. Who cuts Paul's hairs for him? Nobody. He cuts. He cuts it. He cuts it. He cuts it himself. He cuts it himself. Now, can you phone some for me? Can you phone some for me? Why? Can you can you do it yourself? Why can you do it yourself? Right? So, uh, basically, it's all the exercise. I hope you find useful this kind of video. So, if you want to check on a specific topic, just let me know in the comment, and I'll try to make that video. Okay. So, any feedback that you have, please just leave me on the comments. Whatever that you have, so just leave me on the comment. uh, please leave your like. Maybe if you find interesting, please subscribe. Really believe me that this kind of the action encourage me to still doing more videos like this. Thank you.